Good morning students. Today we will work out problem how to calculate the area of the heat exchanger required in case of double pipe heat exchanger, in case of parallel flow, and also in case of counter flow. Earlier in previous lectures we have discussed how to calculate the overall heat transfer coefficient when area was given. Now in this problem, overall heat transfer coefficient is given and we are going to calculate the area required. First we will read the problem. Calculate the area required for a heat exchanger to cool 55,000 kg per hour of alcohol from 66 degrees centigrade to 40 degrees centigrade using, that means here alcohol, to cool alcohol from 66 to 40. So which fluid alcohol is? It is a hot fluid, because initially higher temperature and finally lower temperature, and also mass flow rate of alcohol is given. Next, and how this cooling is done? Using 40,000 kg per hour of water entering at 5 degrees centigrade. So here cold fluid is water and it is entering at 5 degrees centigrade and its mass flow rate is 40,000 kg per hour. So two fluids are mentioned: hot fluid, alcohol; cold fluid, water. But here if you observe carefully, water entering temperature only is given, water leaving temperature is not given. Only three temperatures are there. Assume that overall heat transfer coefficient based on outer tube area, that is U naught, is given. Specific heat of alcohol is given. Specific heat of water is given. You need to calculate area of the exchanger in case of counter flow and also in case of parallel flow. So first we shall start with which one is hot fluid and which one is cold fluid. So hot fluid is alcohol and cold fluid is water. So first we mentioned like that. Then what else is given? Mass flow rate of alcohol is given. Mass flow rate of alcohol is equal to how much it is? 55,000 kg per hour. Okay, and entering temperature of alcohol, this is given by what now? Mass flow rate is m dot, alcohol is hot fluid, so m dot h. Next, entering temperature. Entering temperature of alcohol. Entering temperature of alcohol. Alcohol is hot fluid, so TH, and entering temperature is THA, that is how much it is? 66 degrees centigrade. Then leaving temperature of alcohol, that is THB, is equal to leaving temperature small b. Here leaving temperature of alcohol. Alcohol is hot fluid. Leaving is denoting by B. So that is 40 degrees centigrade. Okay. Next, what else is given? Mass flow rate of water is given. Mass flow rate of water is given. Mass flow rate of water is how much here? 40,000 kg per hour. 40,000 kg per hour. Mass flow rate is denoted by m dot. Water is cold fluid, so it is m dot C. Then entering temperature of water. entering temperature of water. Entering temperature of water is denoted by Tc. Water is cold fluid, so Tc. Entering is Tca, that is 5 degrees centigrade. And leaving temperature of water denoted by Tcb, but it is not given. Let it be Tcb. Not given. You need to calculate. When it is not given, you need to calculate, because delta TLN you need to calculate. Then all the 4 temperatures are required to calculate delta TLN. Okay. What else information is given here? Then specific heat of alcohol. Specific heat of alcohol is denoted by specific heat Cp, and H is alcohol, hot fluid. So Cph is equal to 3.76 kilojoules per kg per Kelvin. Then specific heat of water. Specific heat Cp, water is cold fluid, so Cpc 4.18, same units. Okay. What else information is given? Overall heat transfer coefficient is given. Overall heat transfer coefficient based on outer tube area, based on the outer tube area, that is denoted by U naught. U naught is equal to 580. U naught equal to 580 units, watts per meter square Kelvin. In this problem, you need to take care of units. All are not consistent. Okay. Here, overall heat transfer coefficient is given in watts, and the specific heats are given in kilojoules. So we will see what to do. So we wrote all the information that is given. Now for each counter flow and parallel flow, we need to calculate the area required. So how to plan out the problem? We will see first how to plan out the solution. How to work out. You need area. Suppose parallel flow you have taken. Okay, parallel flow you have taken. Then just first we will discuss how to plan out the solution. First you take parallel flow or counter flow, whatever it is. Then Q is equal to U naught A naught delta T ln. Okay. So you need to calculate what? A naught. So A naught equal to Q by U naught into delta T ln. Okay. Now because earlier problems only either for parallel or for counter, here in the same problem both you are calculating, it is necessary to differentiate it. You can write like this: A naught parallel. Okay. Then you need to take delta T ln parallel. Okay. You can take like this. U naught is same in both the cases here. Then Q is also same. Only delta T ln changes. So A naught will change. In the same way for counter flow, A naught counter is equal to Q by U naught delta T ln counter. Okay. So using these equations you can calculate the area required in parallel contact and in counter contact. So what information is required? U naught information we have. Q we should calculate, and delta TLN, both parallel and counter we need to calculate. To calculate delta TLN, we need all the 4 temperatures. Here one temperature is missing. What is that? Outlet temperature of water. So first we need to calculate that, then only we can proceed for this calculation. In the same way, now Q, how to calculate Q? You know that Q calculation, Q equal to m dot H CPH into THA minus THB, or m dot C CPC TCB minus TCA. You can use this to calculate Q. Okay, so we shall see now how to calculate area of the heat exchanger. Before starting parallel flow and counter flow separately, because Q we need outlet temperature. In both the cases we need outlet temperature. In both the cases we need Q. Okay. Therefore, first we shall calculate these 2 things. Then we will start parallel flow and then counter flow. So, how to calculate now Q? So, mass flow rate, all the data is given. Then let it be QH, or first we write heat lost by alcohol. Heat lost by hot fluid. Hot fluid is alcohol only. Heat lost by hot fluid is given by QH is equal to m dot H CPH and THA minus THB. Okay, this is the equation. We use small q in chemical engineering. According to McCabe and Smith notation, we use small q. In some mechanical engineering books, they use capital Q. Okay, but we know what it is. It depends on how we are defining. So heat gained by cold fluid. Heat gained by cold fluid equal to QC is equal to m dot C CPC into TCB minus TCA. Higher minus lower we write, because we are saying lost here. So higher minus lower. Okay. So now you have m dot H, you have m dot C, CPH, CPC, THA, THB, TCA. Everything you have except TCB. Okay. Therefore, we can use the energy balance in heat exchanger. Energy balance in heat exchanger. Energy balance in heat exchanger is m dot H CPH, that is heat lost by hot fluid, is equal to heat gained by cold fluid. Okay, like that we can write. What is m dot H? Mass flow rate of alcohol 55,000. M dot H is 55,000 into CPH is specific heat of alcohol 3.76 into this value. THA is how much? It is cooled from 66 to 40. So 66 minus 40. You better write the units at the bottom of this. Then you will be sure of writing consistent units. So 55,000 is what? Kg per hour. 55,000 is kg per hour. This is kilojoules per kg per Kelvin, and this is Kelvin. This adding 273 and subtracting minus, so gets cancelled. You will have same units. So this is equal to m dot C. this is 40,000 into 4.18 into, is it 40,000 for TCB minus 5. Here if you keep degree centigrade, no, here, so plus 273, this is plus 273, that we will see, no problem, you will get in directly in centigrade. So like this. So this also same type, consistent units, kg, Kelvin, you will have, this is nothing but Q only, no, either QH and this is QH, this is QH and this is QC, okay. So Q is equal to this much, and solving you will have the value of TCB from this. First you can calculate TQH also, we will see. From this you will get TCB is equal to 37.157, 37.157 degrees centigrade, okay, or 310.157 Kelvin, like this. And also from this you got outlet temperature of water, but you need value of Q also. So how to have that Q here? See, to calculate delta Taylor you got TCB. Q naught is already given. So now you need to have Q value. So how to have that Q value? Either you calculate QH or QC. Separately you can calculate. So QH is equal to how much? This value. This value is QH. QH is equal to 55,000 into 3.76 into 66 minus 40. This separately if you have, how much it is QH? 5376 800. 800. This is what? Kilojoules per year. See, remaining kilojoules per hour is remaining. So kilojoules per hour you have. Okay? Like that we can calculate QH. Actually QH is enough. You can take it as with a small error, you can take this only as a Q. But if you want a more accurate solution, you can also calculate QC, and QC is 40,000 into 4.18 into TCB is 37.157 minus 5. You will have 5375 into 480. Okay, this also kilojoules per hour. Then Q is equal to QH plus, you can take the arithmetic average. Actually heat lost by hot fluid must be equal to heat lost by cold fluid, but because of some practical errors you will get small difference. In such case you can take the average like this, QH plus QC by 2. Otherwise sometimes you can take either only for only QH or QC also. That's also not a problem. Okay, so QH plus QC by 2. QH is 800 plus 5375 480 by 2. So Q is equal to 5376 140. Okay, this is what? Kilojoules per hour. Now only you need to take care of the unit. Q is in kilojoules per hour. But what is your overall heat transfer coefficient? Do you remember? 580 watts per meter square. It is per Kelvin. So U naught is in watts. Watts means joule per second. So this also need to be converted to joule per second. So this is equal to 53, 76, 140 into 1 kilojoule is 1000 joules divided by 1 hour is 3600 seconds. So you are converting into watts. That is 149. This is 149 372 0.22. Okay, 372.22. This is what now? Here joule per second. This is na into 1000 kilojoules hour. That's 600. Joule per second is nothing but watts. Joule per second is nothing but watts. So now you got Q in terms of watts. So now you have all the required terms. You have numerical values for all the required terms. Now I will go to the actual question. What is the actual question? A bit is what? For a counter flow. A naught for the counter flow. You need to calculate. A naught for counter flow. You need to calculate that A bit. Okay. So A naught for counter Q is equal to U naught. Q is equal to U naught A naught delta T ln. This is the equation we are using. So A naught counter is equal to Q by U naught delta T ln counter. This is the equation. Now you have U naught value, you have Q value, you have both in watts only you have. So you need to calculate now delta T ln counter. Okay. So in order to do that, delta T ln counter calculation. Okay. So for that you need to write two lines. One is first TCA, the other is TCB. First draw for cold fluid, then you will get correctly. Okay. TCA, TCB. How much is TCA? Is 5 degrees centigrade, and this is 37.15 degrees centigrade. Since we are working out for counter, draw another line here. This comes here, arrow mark here. So THA and this is THB. So what are the temperatures? 66 and 40. This is 66 degrees centigrade and this is 40 degrees centigrade. Okay. So delta T1 is always at the entrance, whether counter flow or parallel flow, and delta T2 is always at the exit. So delta T1 equal to now THB minus TCA, that is 40 minus 5, that is 35 degrees centigrade, or Kelvin, both same value, because you are adding 273 and subtracting 27, plus into minus, minus it becomes cancel. So delta T2 is equal to THA minus TCA. that is 66 minus 37.15. Its value is 28.5. 66, 28.85 degree centigrade or Kelvin. Okay. Now delta T ln counter is equal to, here you can write which one is higher. You can say delta T1 minus delta T2 by ln delta T1 by delta T2. Okay. So this is equal to 35 minus 28.85 by ln 35 by 28.85. This value is 31.82. 31.82 degree centigrade or Kelvin. Okay, so thus we got. Now A0 counter is equal to Q. How much? Q we calculated, QH plus QC by 2, that is 149 33 72.2 divided by, this is Q. Its value, its unit is in watts only. This is watts. Okay. Then U naught is 580. 580 into U naught into delta T ln 31.82. Okay. This is in what? Watts per meter square Kelvin. This one. And this one is into Kelvin. Here. Okay. So Kelvin gets cancelled. Watts get cancelled. You will have meter square. So this is equal to 80.9, roughly 81 meter square, nearly 81 meter square. Okay. A0 for counter, we got it as 81 meter square. Similarly, you can solve A0 for parallel also. Then leave it. Area for a parallel flow. Now we can make shortcut directly. We can write delta T ln calculation. Delta T ln, okay, A0 formula, if you write here, A0 parallel is equal to Q by U0 into delta T ln parallel. This is the equation. Okay. Q by you have U0 value, you have Q value, calculate delta T ln parallel. Delta T ln parallel calculation. Okay. Again draw like this. TCA, draw first for cold fluid. This is 5 degrees centigrade. This is 37.15 degrees centigrade. Draw another line because it is a parallel flow, same direction. This is THA and this is a THB. And THA is how much? 66 degrees centigrade and this is 40 degrees centigrade. Okay. Then delta T1 is always at the entrance and delta T2 is always at the exit. Okay, so you can calculate what is delta T1, THA minus TCA, that is 66 minus 5, that is 61 degrees centigrade or Kelvin. Delta T2 is equal to THB minus TCB, that is 40 minus 37.15. This is equal to 40 minus 37, 2.85 degree centigrade or Kelvin. Okay, so delta T ln is equal to delta T ln parallel is equal to here delta T1 minus delta T2 by ln delta T1 by delta T2, that is 61 minus 2.85 by ln 61 by 2.85. This value is 18.98 degree centigrade or Kelvin. Okay, next now A naught parallel is equal to Q. Q value is how much? 149 72.2. This is Q value. 580 U naught value, 18.98 delta T ln value. So this is in watts, and here this is a watts per meter square Kelvin. This is a Kelvin. So watts gets cancelled. Here meter square goes up. So here you will get in meter square. That is 135 nearly 135 meter square. That is area of heat exchanger in case of parallel flow. Okay. So now finally, just 2 minutes, we will compare. We will in all these problems, through problems we will understand some concept. That is through numerical values we can come to one conclusion. That is what is your conclusion here in this problem? A naught counter nearly 81 meters square you got, and A naught parallel nearly 135 meters square you got. Okay, so what you are observing, area for parallel, or you can write like this, A naught parallel is greater than A naught counter. This is our observation. Okay, this is our observation. What I understand from this, area required in parallel flow is greater than, because we know that counter current is more efficient, more rate of heat transfer will take place in counter. That's why area required is less. Area required is less means material of construction will also be less. Okay, area required is less means material number of tubes can be reduced, like that. So counter flow we can have with small size heat exchanger, we can have a greater value of Q. So counter flow is always good compared to the parallel flow. But parallel flow also has its advantages. When we need mainly two advantages it has. When we want rapid cooling or rapid heating, the time we select parallel, and when we want to limit the outlet temperatures of the fluids also, we can select parallel flow. Otherwise counter flow is a good one, and it requires here less heat transfer area. Thank you.